Established in 1900, surviving 2 world wars and 1 serial cafe, 3 generations have passed on the ownership.
Tone, 1 set breakfast!
Born upstairs, inside these very walls. Real Cockneys, a word often used, but not often understood. Humour, charm, and of course, honesty. The food, well, it speaks for itself. Made with love and designed to fill. Join us in E. Polici as we go down the Caff.
Right, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we know you are. Will you tell these lovely people what your name is and what you do?
I'm Miles Kane and I'm a rock and roll singer.
Yeah,
Rock and roll superstar.
Rock and roll superstar. Miles, listen, we know you grew up in Liverpool. Which part of Liverpool did you grow
The
up in?
Wirral, just across the water. When I was born, my mum and dad moved over there. And as I was saying to you before, though, my dad had a cafe very similar to this.
Where in the Wirral?
In the Wirral, it's called Kane's Cafe, little greasy spoon.
And what made him do that, Miles?
He just always, well, as far as, my lifetime, he always had it. My mum had a butcher's in Liverpool city centre.
Proper.
So that was run by 2 sisters and their mum as well. And that was the cover of my second album, Don't Forget Who You Are.
Did you ever do any
I used to work there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And my dad's, I used to go after school and do the hoovering and, carpet, because he'd close about 3 o'clock.
Yeah, like that.
So I'd go there after school, and then at my mum's and the butcher's, I'd do the same in summer holidays.
So it's an hard job?
It's a fucking
people think
graft.
It's easy, it's a graft.
And he was like you, and you were talking about your old man. He was, this is your stage, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I can see similarities of like coming in here as
I go home, I watch EastEnders and fall asleep. That's it. The worst thing, I don't want to go out and see anybody.
Well, you're up at 5 or something, aren't you?
Yeah,
we're up at 5. Yeah, 3:30 in the morning.
Our dad used to. Well, you used to be at 5.
When we first started, I'd be up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. And in here for like 5:45, and then we're preparing and stuff. Now, since the pandemic, we've actually taken it a bit easier. I don't get up till like 6 o'clock now. Yeah, getting here for 7.
I used to like it. I think I got and taking the orders and all that. I think I got confidence from it. I was quite shy as a kid. You know what I mean? And I'd take orders. You go red, you go embarrassed and stuff like that, which still happens today. But you get into it, don't you? It's like was out your comfort zone when you started as a kid.
And the characters you get in the cafe,
man,
they'll
it's
banter
real
it
deal.
out of you. If you don't stick up for yourself a bit, I remember me in here when I first started. I'd go, Dad, he's saying this to me, and they'd do it even more, like the wine. But it was like helps you grow up.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Did you ever kick a customer as a kid? I did. Bernie, do you remember Bernie? He used to pull my ear every fucking day. Honestly. Every day, and one day my dad told me,
got a story.
You.
Yeah.
You've got a story.
I've got a story. No, on that one,
Paul.
That's because my uncle, my dad's brother, had this pub as well in Liverpool called Rat and Parrot. I used to work there on a Friday, Saturday night. Me graft and glass collecting. And back then, you had long hair, and it wasn't really trendy then. It was like, people would pull your hair every time you're working, be like, you gay twat, and pulling your hair. You know what I mean? In Liverpool, it was different then. And there was this one time, pulling my hair, and some geezer he was sick in the bar. And I thought, I'm not going to be mopping it. My uncle went, go and get the mop. You know what I mean? That shit makes you are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Of course it does.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool. No, it makes you the man.
It's like that abuse and all that. Fucking.
So that shapes you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And a load of people moaning about shit all the time. And I think you couldn't know how hard this graft of it hit you, mate.
And the Scarsers, a bit like the East, they call them the EastEnders of the North because they're funny.
I call them the EastEnders of the North.
but they're funny. The Scarsers are even I'll get them in here, and they're quick-witted, and a bit like the EastEnders, got plenty of banter and that. So you must have.
It's very similar. That's what I was saying. It's kind of, and that's even living round there. You know what I mean? I've been in my little house there about 6 years now.
Been in his little 15-bedroom house for about 6 years now, hasn't he? I know.
The jacuzzi's really annoying me now.
No, the outhouse was lovely when we stayed in it, wasn't it?
Yeah, thanks for that. We slept in the servants. We slept in the servants.
Pesto was fucking shit, aren't they? But, you know, there's definitely similarities, and I think that's why I'm comfy here, you know.
I'm going to say, did that draw you to the east?
Yeah, I was North London when I first moved down when I was like 21, 38 now. And then I was there for a good few years. I had a few years in America, and then all my mates didn't really know this side of London, but all my mates were here, so I was over here a lot, hanging out and stuff. And it's just, I prefer the energy, to be honest, mate.
Do you think the Scouse, they're like us, isn't they? We're a little bit rough around the edges, but we've got a lot of heart.
Yeah, a lot of heart.
That's what it is. And I think the older you get, and especially doing what you do, you know, you get... that becomes so much more important the older you get, and that's always been in me. Sometimes you've lost it when you're younger, because you're in this world and you know, with the beautiful people, should we say,
with Shiv,
you know what I mean. But then I've just got, it's good to go through that and come out the other side, I think, you know what I mean.
Do you think you could see yourself, do you think this is you for life now? Do you think you could see yourself heading back up like north?
You know what, again, never say never.
Never say never.
That's, you know, maybe in my 20s that could have been a different answer, but now I'm just, don't know, I feel touch wood, content and happy in myself, and who knows, mate, you know what I mean?
Have you still got a lot of your old friends, Miles, from like Liverpool, would you?
Only a couple of them, yeah, a couple moved down here, really, to be honest. J-Lad, he'll love me mentioning him. And
J-Lad!
Shiv knows J-Lad.
J-Lad,
right, he's going to dine out on this now, that's it.
Right, J-Lad.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, and, you know, with me family and all that, with me cousins, you know, they're in a band called The Coral. They're like my older brothers.
Drop Saint there, Mums.
That
name you just dropped there. My cousins in a band called The Coral.
They were like my brothers.
Great band.
James produced me last album, one-man band, so it's like, you know, we're super tight, and that sort of keeps you rooted.
Would you bring them down?
Hey?
Would you bring them in one day?
Yeah.
We'll give them a bit of banter.
Yeah, they'll love it.
No, but you know, you were talking about your family, you grew up in Caff, the butcher, so you, like us, grew up a lot around food.
Yeah.
So what are like some of your memories about food growing up? Was it just...
I'm a big foodie. I love me food. You know, I like to cook, and, you know, I like to... it's kind of a passion of mine, do you know what I mean?
Grown up with it.
Yeah, it's grown up with it, and, you know, just simple things and all that. My mum would do and all that, but it's been a big part of my life. Food and music, and I don't like... you know, in the house, or I don't like silence. You know, there's always, like, my mum's and that inspired me a lot, and family little do's and stuff. There's always tunes on. You know what I mean? I can't stand when you go around some people's houses and there's like no tune. It's like, where's the vibe? You know what I mean? What's going on? So that's like that. I'm like that now, even if I'm in the house alone or people come. It's like and then I think there is the Italian thing is a bit like that. It's like if you're coming over, whatever you want.
Yeah, there's food
it's
there.
Here.
Yeah, of course.
And vibe, you know what I mean? It's planned, you know what I mean?
You can listen to all the fucking Disney descendants around my house at the minute. That's all that they're playing. The girls drive me mad.
You know, but at least it's better than silence.
There's life going on all the time.
It's important.
I'm going to play them a bit of you, because whoever I get in, I always play them a bit of their songs on the way home from school, whatever. So you'll be the next one that we'll see what they think here. They give an honest opinion, the girls, They do like, we had Maverick on the other week. They give him a bit of stick. They say, we can't understand. What's he saying? They were giving him, but they liked it. They said they liked his music.
Plays the Italian one.
Yeah, what?
Ballo.
Bada bing, bada boom, the Jack Savaretti one. They'll like that.
Yeah. No, Miles, lived, we were saying before, you lived in Liverpool, you've lived in LA, in East London. When it comes to food, is there any one place that stands out, or I suppose, is it always home, or?
Tell you, my favourite as an Italian restaurant in Liverpool that I love. Have you been to Bruto?
No.
In Clerkenwell? I think we were chatting about that the other day. It's from like Florence.
You were telling me about it, yeah.
Dead simple, but just done really well.
They named it after Nev. You know what brutto means?
Ugly.
Ugly. Not really.
Right.
Little Nev.
So that's probably me little go-to as a gaff to go to, you know, say on an evening tip.
Yeah, would you have eaten a lot in the Caff when you was growing up, Miles?
Steak and kidney pie,
Oh,
sandwiches. It was
nice.
super basic, but it was
that's
good.
what-
My dad, he's a good cook, my dad. Do you know
And he
what
would
I
have
mean?
made all that stuff fresh
he did it
made.
all, he did it all. And it was just him for ages. It was just him, one-man band, do you know what I mean?
Would you have had the bit of scouse?
Yeah,
Load of
scouse, yeah. That's always there, steak and kidney pies, and then just dead toasties, dead simple skier, but
And would
he
you,
did it all.
If you could choose, would you rather go back, like, say you could go to a really fancy restaurant, or you could go, what would you choose?
Nah, I don't know. And, you know, my mum, it's from the butchers, the sausages, the bacon, the sliced ham and all
all
that.
proper stuff.
I love all that, do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, I like... My fridge has got to always have that in.
The basics.
The basics, but nice stuff, good stuff. Do you
So
know what I
how
mean?
did you find it? Because my perception of LA, I've never been, but everyone's a fucking oat milk wanky
Quinoa,
lattes,
salad.
quinoa.
Yeah, I was wanking into oat milk.
Were you?
Proper, like, had a good old dip into that. Like,
Yeah, cool. I love
but
all that.
You can't be arsed.
Quinoa,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Otherwise, if we go to LA, we should do like an underground. You know, like you got the crack dens.
Yeah.
But like a breakfast den. So you go in, have a good bit of scran, a good bit of breakfast, and then come out with your oat milk latte and make out you've just but you've had a big sausage, egg, and chips down there.
I bet
Should I
that
open
would
one of
make a
them?
fortune.
Yeah.
So did you like it out there then, or not?
I did. You know what? It was great at the time. It was when we made the second Shadow Puppets record.
Yeah.
It was sort of going back and forth, and it made sense. You know what I mean? It was good. And then did me third solo album after that, Coup de Grace there. So I had for about a 2-year period, it was cool. But you know, when it's sort of come back to sort of touring and my work and that is over here really, and it's just. I think you do get sucked up into a bit, and then the phone doesn't ring, and there's a lot of bullshit, which there is everywhere. But it depends where you are in your life, how you navigate that, and you sort of deal with it. But I think for a bit I was in denial because I thought I'm going to be Mr. America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the
which you know wasn't a dream. I think it's when you're in that zone and people fucking
think that you've
wanking
got
you
to
off.
do
You know
that,
what I
yeah.
mean? I don't know. You just. But yeah, it was the best thing I did. I reckon was moving back. Yeah. I was ready as well, to be fair, when I look back now.
You've been in quite a few different bands. I didn't realise how many till we started looking you up. And like we've been in quite a few different bands, and one of them, your first one was called The Little Rascals.
Little Flames.
No, The Little Flames.
Then it was
and then
the Rascals.
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
so I used to love The Little Rascals when I was little watching them. Have you ever seen that?
No, I
I
haven't.
was
Alfalfa.
blind in Alfalfa.
You used to have the
Blind-
little quiff.
Right.
Yeah, it's The Little Flames.
Little
sorry.
Flames. So I was just a guitarist in that band.
That was
I
your
joined
first
them when I
band?
was 16, 17. Yeah.
And then your next band, The Rascals, that was with
That
your
was
pals.
me starting to sing. No, then that was with some of the lads out of Little Flames.
Yeah.
I couldn't sing when I joined that band. I just played guitar. I didn't want to be a singer, and plus I was too shy. But I used to do backing vocals, but I was so scared to sing. I'd mime, or I wouldn't nothing to come out, but I liked how it looked.
How it looked. Yeah.
With the
being
mic,
cool.
and I was, and then I started writing some tunes, and I forced myself to sing. Started that little band, The Rascals. It's like a little punk band. I was dead shouty just to be in tune. And then I did the Puppets with Al, doing that album. That was when I started to properly learn to sing.
Yeah, how did you know that you could? Did you always know that you could sing when
I
you was
in my-
young? sort of
No,
thing?
not
like
at all.
in your
no.
bedroom or something.
No, but I was probably quite late. I didn't start singing until I was like 19, and then it was a pretty quick turnaround. But I just used to like lock myself in my bedroom, my mum's, and just record it on a little tape. And just,
Hey, Mum, I'm going to the room with a
What you doing? You've been in there for 4 hours and nothing, Mum.
I just used to, just force myself to sing, really. Yeah.
You know, weird love that you've ended up in Bethnal Green.
Yeah.
How did you end up in Bethnal Green?
I was just, because a couple of my mates live not far from here, so I was sort of hanging out here, and I sort of got to know the area. And then to be honest, I was just looking at anywhere from here to sort of Dalston when I was looking to get this place, and I nearly did move that way, Stoke Newington way, and I'm so glad I found this little gaff, because it's kind of, it is, isn't it, really? And you're quite far out still over that way, so...
and it's hard to, ain't like, there you've got to get a bus everywhere.
Yeah,
Around there you've got the tube,
yeah, man.
bus.
So it was a bit of a lifesaver, to be honest.
And it's nice, you've got Vicky Park, you've got the tube, you've got everything, ain't you?
With the little fella now.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that.
Yeah, the little fella, aye. Like you needed any help getting attention from girls, you've got fucking little fella as well now.
He's a good lad, yeah.
I bet
All
he's
he
a
needs
good
now
lad.
is a baby in a buggy.
Baby in a buggy.
Yeah, go round
And that's
Vicky
it.
Park.
Oh,
There
mate.
we go.
we were talking, George was telling us you got a football friend, Leighton Baines.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, who parties harder? We want to know, footbul friends or music friends?
Rock stars all day.
All day long?
We'll wipe anyone under the table.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Leighton Baines a lunatic, isn't he?
But footballers got to be in bed by 7 o'clock.
Is he in bed by 7 o'clock?
He's a good lad, Leighton. He's
Is he
pretty
a nice
straight,
boy, is he?
Leighton.
How did you end up mates with him? Because you're a
You know
Liverpool
what?
man, ain't
This
you?
is a boss story.
Yeah,
right?
I want to read it because you're a Liverpool
So
man.
I love, like, I never grew out of loving wrestling. Right,
yeah.
WWE.
Who was your favourite?
Oh, my son was
Ultimate
obsessed with it.
The Ultimate Warrior was mine.
Me too.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels and all that. Right, I'm still into it now, to be honest. And me and my mate went to see it in Liverpool.
Right.
Like when we were like, I was like 20. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Paolo said, Mum, there was a load of pedos
and then we seen Leighton there, and he's got his two little lads, and he come over because he's into his music, Leighton. So we just met then. He's like, I'm into your tunes and blah blah blah. And my mates are like more of a footyhead than me, so that was it. And we just sort of, don't know, we're walking, swap numbers. Then when I was living in Liverpool, we'd hang out and become pretty close, man. Yeah, so he's a good lad, Leighton.
Where's he from?
He's a Liverpool. He plays for Everton. He plays for Everton
now.
Are you red or blue though?
He's a red.
So what are you hanging around with him for?
He's a good lad.
But you know what?
He likes wrestling as well.
He likes wrestling.
He's got that niche
Was you dressed up like Rey Mysterio when you used to go?
I've got all them masks, yeah.
You can't see me, my time.
That's John Cena.
John Cena. You can't see this.
So I remember, you actually shot one of your music videos around here, didn't you? Did you shoot one
in
in
the pub down the road? The Little Prince?
Young Prince.
The Young Prince.
I did Troubled Son on the last album there.
Yeah, good.
And that was a boss vibe in there, and that was one of them things. Is like, we just get the pub and get all your mates down, and we'll just have it in this one shot thing. There's a bit of a storyline, and that was one of them things when you think, yeah, it'd be Ramo, and like, just get all your mates, and then when you're counting everyone,
yeah, 6 people.
Fucking hell, this pub's gonna be empty here. I was like, yeah, bring your bed, bring him.
We must have not seen the message to go down.
I was there. Weren't it? I was there. Me and Jess and Billy were there, weren't we, girls?
Shit bag, Miles.
No, so that was only up the road, that.
Yes.
And I like going to the Sun Tavern on the
the Sun. I had my 18th birthday in the Sun. But it weren't like what it's like now.
I like it in there.
Like, it's nice now. Yeah, but you wouldn't have liked it when I used to go in there. It was like a proper old school pub.
Yeah, was it?
And it was a bit mad, but
they're all trendy now, aren't they?
But you know what? It's nice and it's
I think that's a nice little balance.
It's not
stiff. Yeah,
no, there's a few Irish lads in there and that.
I know a couple of the lads in there. The sound,
Yeah, no, they do good whiskey and everything.
Every episode, he goes on about tell him why you married an Irish girl. Every fucking episode. Why did you marry an Irish girl?
Because they're the dirtiest. They're not.
Every podcast.
They're proper. No,
his father-in-law's going to string him up when he goes back to Ireland.
Because we've been interviewing a lot of Irish people.
Yeah, I know, but you have said it on every sodding episode.
Because they're Irish.
And then the Irish connection came in with a pub just there.
Well, he loves it, doesn't he?
You know what? I love.
Oh, you miss respect,
and you know what? It's proper out there. Good people, and they like a little drink, and you always they're like. My father-in-law always tells me Liverpool, the Liverpool accent comes from the Irish, and
it's similar. A lot of that.
He said because they
and the Italian,
moved over there.
There's a weird connection.
You've got a connection with Italy. You really like.
It's all that and that, innit?
Exactly.
A lot of heart and a little bit nuts.
No bullshit.
Yeah, and do you get your style? Do you think you get your style a bit like the Italian thing? Because you love
Massively, yeah. Then that started with all the footy stuff, the Roberto Baggio thing. And
singing. Yeah, you sang a song.
Yeah, I've written a song
You've written a song, Baggio.
And I met him. He invited me to his house.
I'll see him play, mate.
Baggio.
Huh?
The Roberto Baggio. There's only one Roberto Baggio.
I went to his house last year.
What's his house like?
He invited me. Incredible, yeah. It was the best day of my life,
But I see him play against our local team, Luca. So near where we're from, and I went and watched Juventus. We're playing a friendly, and a few of the lads from the village. We got like a little coach down there.
Yeah.
And before the game, he was just pinging balls, mate.
He's the best.
He was just like ping, and every ball was landing at people's feet. He was just like unbelievable.
Yeah, and the nicest guy ever.
I could imagine him.
Just proper
salt. He the one that put the ball over the net in the final, and it went over the top.
But he got us to the final without him.
No, he's a legend.
Season.
He's a legend. Yeah.
Have you got a good story about Baggio?
Just like, well, we met him, so it was in Vicenza, about 2 hours from Milan.
That's where Little Rose is
from there.
Little Rose is from Vicenza.
Anyway, he had this song that I wrote called Bastion. It's about my childhood, really, in my mum's house. And, you know, that World Cup you just said, 94.
Yeah, in America.
I was 10 or 8 or something. And that was the first time I'd seen sort of fellas look different, you know, sexy, innit? The long hair and all. I'd never seen it. And you know, I used to watch Galazio on a Sunday on Channel 4.
Proper.
Do you know what I mean? We didn't have Sky, so I was kind of into Italian
I'm getting worried about him.
playing.
He's like the football with the tight shorts. He's like the, what do you call it, the wrestling with the
He knows
whatever.
a good Italian
I'm a
fella.
kinky fuck.
He always gives me a little rub when I'm serving.
And then he heard this tune, invited us to his house, and he was just the salt of the earth, man, and it was amazing. And again, that thing we were talking about, you know, when you come round to the house, he had the mortadella ready, crisps in a bowl. It was like my mum, you know, like it was prepped. It was like, do you want wine? He said, should we get the wine? I got the rosé out. You know, it was like that thing of just like, you know, care in it and just being real.
But I think that's the thing about it in Italy, like, when someone comes to your house, like if you come to my house, like that, I'd do the same thing, and like little stuff out there when you come in.
You want,
glass of wine. Yeah, whatever you want, exactly. And there'd be plenty of, you wouldn't go home hungry anyway.
No, or I wouldn't be like, oh, I've got nothing in. Wait there.
No.
You've
always got stuff in your fridge. Always got stuff in
Are you
your
on the
fridge.
phone to him all the time?
No, I wish, mate. I wish.
Do you ever keep in touch?
No, we didn't. I spoke to his daughter a bit because his English is not good. So she was kind of translating for us because but he can do a bit. But he kept putting his hand on my heart, and it was a very spiritual thing, to be honest.
Really? Because he is quite spiritual.
He's big into Buddhism.
Buddhism, yeah, that's right.
And which is a powerful thing, and it's something that I'm kind of learning about as well. And I have been for a bit over the years, but I'm into the sort of, not specifically that, but you know, like the therapy and psychology and stuff, and how you just deal with situations. I do find that very interesting. But he is, you can learn a lot from him. I did from that little afternoon, to be honest.
Have you ever been to the Buddhist centre?
No, but I live right by it.
Yeah, because that's a lot. I know
I've been thinking about it. I've been sort of.
And you can just go
in there. Have you been in?
I've never been in, but a lot of my customers have. Apparently, you can just go in there, chill for an
hour.
hour.
I keep sort of.
It's been there for years. Beautiful building.
I always see him coming out the sunbed shop next door.
Yeah, the sunbed shop, which ain't really a sunbed shop.
Yeah,
no, I'm only joking. It is a sunbed shop. I'm joking.
Don't listen to him. No, you can't. He's such a prat.
I'm joking.
He's so sick. But you know, you were talking about going back to a little bit Liverpool, and you dropped the name, the Corals, your cousins. Were they a massive influence on you growing up?
Yeah, totally.
Were they the ones that kind of made you think that's what I want to do?
They were like, you know, when so we all live. They still live sort of right by my mum and all that, so I'd always be going around their house and we'd be getting stoned, and they'd listening to so much music, and you know, they taught me my first chords on guitar, and me and our James would just stay up for hours listening to music. And I remember I going to see them for the first time. I think I was about 14, 15, and seeing James and Ian, the drummer, their brothers, on stage, and they were like, James was spit. It was like punk and, you know, raucous. And, you know, I've never seen him like that. And I was like, wow, it sort of blew me head that you can be, you can transform yourself into being something that you want to be, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It had a big impact on me because when you know, even when you see things, it was different back then. You'd watch things on telly and that, you're like, how'd you get to the stage? Do you know what I mean? How'd you get on it? Like, how does... Yeah. It seems like it was like a magical world, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean?
But that's something you've got to have in you, because not everyone can just go and perform like that.
My mum said that though as well, but that drive of wanting to do it, you know what I mean? It's like there's got to be something in you to like fuck them all off and do it.
So it must run in the family.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And it was them that I want to be like them.
Well,
I want to do that.
You know, before that, that's what I mean. You know, I love Oasis, I love T-Rex, all that Motown music.
T-Rex proper.
That's my gear, and. You know, but that made it become, I guess, more possible because I knew them. We didn't know people in music or to get your gigs or whatever. So that was like the first time it was like, oh, fucking hell, if he can do it, I'll give it a go.
T-Rex, one of our customers, Eric Hall, don't know if you've ever heard him, he's an old football agent, Monster, he used to have a big cigar. And he used to be he was one of the first football agents, Paul Gascoigne. But he was Mark Bolan's best mate. growing up, because Mark Boland's from round here.
Yeah.
And
Is
he was from round here, East End boy, and he said their first day job together, doing running job for I don't know, one of them record companies. And he said he was with him the night he died. He's got his jacket. He left his jacket with him, and he crashed his car.
Was it in Richmond or something?
I think so. But Eric was with him, and he had his jacket. He said he had his.
Yeah.
I love the start of that.
Yeah, mate, that's right up my. I've ripped T-Rex off loads.
Bad, Nev.
Hillbilly music. She's the music one.
Hillbilly music.
You know, man, there's a proper trained clarinetist.
I was years ago. You played the saxophone, didn't you?
Yeah. She was in the. She used to take the piss out of the saxophone players. You said they were rubbish. She said they couldn't play a clarinet.
No, it's the people that couldn't play the clarinet.
That's what she used to say.
Yeah, I'm only joking.
You should have brought it down. You could have done it.
If I can play it anymore.
She was in the London Youth Symphony Orchestra.
Years ago. I can't remember.
You've got it in you. You've got it in you.
No, I do miss it every day. I've got to get back
to it. It wouldn't take long to dust it off.
You look like you want a bit of scran.
Right, let's get him some food ready.
Can I have my little panino that I had the other day?
You don't want any oat milk, do you, Miles?
No.
All right.
Let's
get him a nice ciabatta on.
Let's get him a nice ciabatta on.
Come then. Come on, Nev, his chips are getting fucking cold there. Miles, we've done you the Italian flag here. You wanted a nice crispy escalope with pesto on one side, lovely hot pomarola sauce on the other side.
This is like off menu, innit?
Yeah, you can have what you want in here, though, can't you? You can.
This is ours, Miles.
Chips for us.
So you can nick a few of our chips as well.
Mate. He's right.
Buon appetito, Miles.
Buon appetito.
Lovely.
Yeah. Do you mind if we sit down with you?
Come on, yeah.
Come on.
Oh, that looks nice. Come on, Shiv, you can start eating. I know you're starving.
Maybe this is the move. That and the pesto to dip.
To dip.
Got a little spoon.
Try and dip a chip in that. I tell you, chip dipped in pesto.
On the side if you want to.
It's lovely.
Drizzle it on. She ain't bad, Anna, at making a pesto, is she?
Yeah, that's about all I can do. Do you know what it's like? You were saying, like your dad's food. It's like simple food, home cooked food, but it's done well.
Done
mate.
Simply,
yeah, you can't.
Done it well. It's hard to find, mate, isn't it? I'm sick of all the artisanal shite.
How did you find us, Miles? You just walking past one day?
I was trying to think of that. How long ago was that?
I don't know. It's been a nice
week. It's always been coming in, isn't it?
What? I don't know. I feel like it's 10 years.
It's got to be.
I think so for the first time. Can't remember why. How?
And you just walk past and say, "Oh, that looks like a nice little place," and come in.
I think I was. I think at the time I was staying in a Hell's House. I think it was. And I think I was just googling Caff's by
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of people find us. Yeah. So a lot of people.
I just thought, I like the look of that gaff. Because it was literally that. I didn't know anything about it or that. I just stumbled. I think I'm on my own.
It was before Instagram and all that, because we weren't even doing that then. We were just, you would have just
found it. Yeah,
exactly.
Now he's a local.
Now he's of course. And I remember you come in, you would have a breakfast, but then you got on your spicy ciabattas. I got you on the spicy ciabatta one day.
We'd go to the gym and on the walk home and get it takeaway.
Yeah.
Chicken, spicy
chicken
ciabatta.
You come and order it.
And I did a little cheese and ham zone as well. Yeah. That was me vibe, mate.
Now you got more Italian stuff.
Exactly.
Once you found out about the pesto.
Get the oatmeal.
You still like your little breakfast now, didn't you? When you come in.
Yeah, I had that not the time before, didn't I?
And then Anna always gives you a little pesto take home with you.
I know, yeah. Like I was saying, I've been on a pesto bend.
Yeah. We'll get him some more before he goes.
I'll tell you, even like Italian people come in, and I've got to say your pesto's unbelievable.
Trust me. Because I'm being serious when I say that.
He knows his stuff.
It took me a long time to learn how. Do you know, lockdown was a bit of a blessing for us? Not a blessing, that's the thing. It was horrendous at first. But then we were, so busy doing this, Tanya, we've never got enough time. But it gave us time for once, didn't
Honestly,
it? To learn how to do
perfected
things
that.
properly.
Would you ever sell that? Do you sell that in here? Or?
We sell loads in here and we're trying to, I don't know, we always talk about it, but it's having time to kind of do
set it up. That
would
would fucking smash it, I reckon.
Dragon's Den.
Dragon's Den. Miles might be able to get us on Dragon's Den.
Yeah, you must know someone in Dragon's Den, Miles.
Yeah, I'm always hanging out with them.
Always hanging out. So, well, we started off with the flames and ended up with Dragon's Den. You were saying before we were talking how you started out. So you started off in the Flames, and then you went to the Little Rascals. But
the Rascals.
Little Flames.
The Little Flames, the Rascals. But the Rascals, was that a group of friends? Was that... How did that
was
start
the two
out?
lads from Little Flames.
Oh, okay.
So, and it was like, we were a bit younger than the other two, but
Yeah.
Matt and Eva, it was kind of their band in the Little Flames, and we sort of joined later because they needed a band. It was kind of their thing, but I kind of learnt me craft with them too. I learnt how to write songs, to, you know, get off decent on guitar. So that was kind of like me, how do you want to say, apprenticeship in a weird way for me to become who I've become, or the start of it.
So then when you...
Them. And then I started to get more confident, wanting to be a singer, to be honest, is what the story of that is.
So when you went and started your band then after, did you sort of return the favour? Like, lads, come and play?
Yeah.
Like, come and play
the drummer
with me?
and bass player joined that with me.
And they joined up. Oh, so you went and actually just started with them. You said, let's go and start our own sort of thing.
Yeah. So there's a bit of shit for a bit.
Or
you know what I mean?
Was there a bit of trouble? Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
the others must have been a bit pissed off.
I think it was. It had kind of come to its. It was getting to its own head anyway, and there was a lot of things going on there at that time. We were like kept re-recording this first album. You know, when you're young,
You ain't got time for that.
you know, when you're like sort of 18 to sort of 20, you don't want to do things again and again, and it sucked the life out of that band, to be honest. But it's kind of, I don't know, looking back now, it's sort of, it's all part of the story, innit? And you learn so much about it. You know what I mean?
said you were one of the youngest in it. Was there that kind of different dynamics in the group? Like, he was the older one, or he was like the diva, or...
Nah, there's none of that shit. I think it's just like, I don't know, I think it's all on me, mate. I think it was just me wanting to be my own thing. It's no one else's thing, it's on me.
Right. Did you go to your cousins for a bit of advice and that?
Yeah, totally, always. And even to this day, you know, I've just done my new album with RJ. He's produced it, and he's like my, what would you say? You know, he'll tell me if it's shit.
Yeah, he's honest with you. You need someone
you know
to
what I
tell
mean?
like family,
and I trust him, and I think when we meet in the middle is a good thing, because I can go bit Judy Garland at times.
He's definitely Italian. He's definitely got Italian.
And when he pulls me in a bit, I think that's the meeting point of me and him in the middle. I think that's that's where the special shit happens. You know what I mean?
Have you always played the rhythm guitar?
Well, lead now, darling. But
No, but not the bass. So you always played rhythm, not bass guitar.
No lead guitar. Well, rhythm, yeah. I'm not an amazing guitarist, but that's, you know, I love all that. I learnt playing, you know, like that surf music, you know, Pulp Fiction sound, that's my kind of shit, stylistically for guitar playing. Like,
I was talking to you the other day, and Anna loves the way you say Adriano Celentano. Now, how did you find out about him? Because he's not the sort of person you would just...
I'm like, it's when you're getting into music and stuff, and I can't remember who put me onto him, to be honest now, but it was like him and Lucio Battisti.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, Adriano
Celentano.
He's like you know, he's like he's got a bit of a Tom Jones about him, and you know, he's in his cool videos. He always had Boss Clobber on, and even though I can't understand his lyrics, but there was I love his music, his melodies. There was something that drew me in. I like a performer. I like a guy that shows off on stage. A showman, but that's more the word than showing off. It's showman.
Of it, isn't it? That's
for me. It is, and that's, you know, some people aren't like that, and that's cool for them. But for me, I've always been attracted to singers that, like Mark Bolan. I want to be them. Yeah, you know what I mean. So in my head, if I'm like, oh, I love how he looks, or I love his haircut, or I love his jacket. I want to be that. Like, I'm always drawn to those more, maybe it's flamboyant artists, because that's who I want to imagine I'm them. Yeah. That's what my thing is.
Is that one of the things that led you to have a solo career as a
part kind of, and you take all them influences, and it's like, that's, you know, I'm heavily into me clothes, and I always have been, and that thing I like, that's just natural to me, mate, you know what I mean?
And your solo career took off then?
I'm on my 6th album now, so it's like, I made about 10. In all, it's like will be my 11th album.
Have you got one that really stands out for you that you enjoyed making more than all the others? Or is it every time a different thing?
It's such a tricky one, because each album's like a chapter of your life, where you're at, your style, your haircut, how you feeling. Could be feeling confident, you could be feeling a bit insecure. but each one's got its own special little place, so it's hard to sort of pinpoint it. And you know, when you're at that forefront and you're putting everything into it at whatever time it is, I guess the latest one always feels like, this is me, this is it. But I guess that thing of, I always see making an album as like as if it's my last album. I don't think that thing of wanting to sort of being obsessed with whatever it is you're into at the time and the vision you've got, I don't think that'll ever leave you. Yeah. And it can be quite exhausting at times, because sometimes you think, oh, it'd be nice just to think, oh, this is it. But I think if that happened, it's game over, mate, isn't it?
So it's got to be all encompassing.
You know, but you learn how to deal with those mind shit, you know, mind.
You've played some pretty big places, and then you probably started off playing some little places. Do you miss that ever? Do you miss the little bit like gigs, intimate
Still
gigs?
do the little one, mate. My career's like a roller coaster, mate. You know, it goes big, small. Just as long as I'm doing it, I'm not arsed.
You play all over the world, didn't you? You've got like massive following in South America. They go crazy for you in South America.
And Europe's been good. We've done this year for me. It's been amazing. It's probably been my best year, especially in Europe, in Italy, Spain.
Where did you play in Italy, Miles? Can you remember?
We did Rome, Milan, Bologna, Puglia, and
You're the only person
someone
that says
else.
it properly. I'll say Puglia.
Do you know where's great? Well, you should try and get a gig in. Where we're from, Lucca, and they do a little festivals there every year.
When's that?
Like, I think Elton John's played there. They've but it's not massive venues. But in August, I think it's end of July, August.
We'll have a little look at that.
Yeah, have a look. Lucca, Lucca, and it's really beautiful. It's like a miniature Florence. And that's what it's got.
Amazing.
A walled city. The food's amazing. Like some of the like little they've got these little secret gardens where you can go out. Like me and Nicola thought of getting married there, but too much messing about with like you had to go and see the priest out there and all that.
Right, I see.
But it's so beautiful. Like, and the gigs out there. And there's been some great people who've played out there.
It's that one called the Teatro del Silenzio.
Yeah,
I think
and
Andrea
Puccini's from there. Puccini, you know, Nessun Dorma.
Ah, right.
Yeah, like, who wrote that? Yeah, you know the classical
Composer.
You know Pavarotti?
Oh,
Nessun Dorma, the football song. Hey.
And Nev's got excited. He's ordered himself a wrestler's mask. He's going to dress up as Rey Mysterio.
I had a fella come from Amazon one day. And he was in here all suited. I was like, what do you do, mate? And he said, I work for Amazon, head office. And I said to him, do you know my wife? And he went, no. I said, you fucking should, pal. I said, the amount of Amazon parcels I get every day turn up at my door. And he was like,
yeah, they do. You get parcels every single
day, mate. I'm telling you.
Miles, you were saying you joined. Who were you with? Alex Turner.
Yeah.
Last night. How did you meet him?
Puppets. When I was in the Little Flames, that first band, guitarist, we were starting out at the same time, and we had there was like a tune. We had a first single out called Goodbye Little Rose on MTV, and they were just starting out, and they saw that on MTV, and they were doing their first tour. So it was like, they asked us to do a double headline tour, you know, where each night you'd swap.
Yeah.
Blinding.
So we were like 18, and that was when, you know, they did the MySpace thing, had all the tunes out, and that band, Little Flames, was kind of a bit like Velvet Underground, you know, not quite cool, but not a sing-alongy. First night we went on first, and they went on. The crowd just went mental for them. So we were like, right, we ain't going on after them. Let's keep it real, support them on this tour. Yeah. So, but we did that, and then we all become mates, and we did a load of tours. All, you know, that Little Flames Rascal with all the boys and the Monkeys and that, and then me and Al just he's my bro, and then we started. I started to write tunes, so I had a couple of those like Shadow Puppets tunes, and he's like, these tunes are mega, you should do them, and then we ended up doing them together for that first album.
He's a nice boy, isn't he? Because he's been in here, he's stand up,
Didn't they do a shoot in here back in
He
the day?
done a little photo shoot in here. He's a nice lad when he's been in.
Yeah, so that was out, so it's been a long time now, you know, and we've been through a lot, like, so.
And that's nice that you're still pals. That's when you know, when you're through thick and thin sort of thing.
Yeah, man, he'll be me bro till I die.
And you must have done some partying with him. So is he a good party animal?
He's all right.
Is he all right? Who's the
best
best party animal? Because
Listen, mate, I've done it all.
You've supported Liam Gallagher. Is he as party as they say he is, Liam?
I've had some belters with Liam.
Yeah, is he good? Is he good fun?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it all, but yeah, I feel a bit, you know, everyone talks about stories, don't they, of people when they're not here. If they're here, we can tell them all, but I'm a bit like that.
I upset him one day, Liam.
Right.
Oh, he come in here, didn't he?
He was in here, all right, one day. And what I was saying, Liam was in here. We used to have these two brothers come in, all right? And these two brothers used to go, I was out with Robbie Williams last night. They had some sort of company, didn't they? I was out with Liam and we were like...
a little while ago, wasn't
Me
he?
and Anna were like, they're full of shit, these two, yeah. And one day he's brought Robbie Williams in. Next day he's coming with Liam. This was in the morning. They'd been out drinking all night. And I was saying to you about people having banter in the Caff. And there was a fella, Dave, used to have a stall out here. And I weren't big into Oasis, yeah. They weren't my really... I like the Happy Mondays. I used to like going out raving and stuff like that. And they'd sort of got big at the time, just started getting big. And I went, Dave, is that Liam or Noel? And he went to me, that's Noel. And he knew it was Liam, yeah? So he's going, no, that one's Noel. So I've gone blind then, thanks, Dave. So you know what I'm like, oh, wait, Liam, how's your food? Noel, how's your food, Noel? You enjoying it, Noel? And having a little laugh. And he's going, all right. And he's had a drink, so he's not in the mood anyway. And then at the end, he's just gone, my name's Noel. My name's not Liam. Like that. I was like, I'm sorry.
No, my name's Liam.
My name's Liam. No, yeah. And he was just like, yeah, sorry.
No, that's him. I've had a drink.
Talk about punchline or what?
Yeah, she ruined the whole fucking story.
And I was just like, Dave, you shitbag. And Dave's pissing himself in the corner laughing. And that was a bit of the banter they'd have. Just get you at it. I was listening to a thing he was saying one day. And he said he lived opposite Jamie Oliver. And he was saying a story. They'd gone to the pub. And he said he'd go home at night and he'd go past his house and he'd shout, Jamie, make us a bacon sandwich. And he's seen that. And Jamie would go, fuck off, Liam, I'm trying to put the kids to bed. And I just thought, yeah, that is funny. I can imagine it doing that.
Yeah, because I used to live up that way, Belsize Park, so that was by Liam and all that. So we had some belters up that way. Right?
Do you prefer it round here? Do you ever get Liam down the East End?
No, I don't.
No, he's gone too fancy now.
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm just in my own little zone, man. I just keep in my world, and I'm going on my own.
That's what's so nice about you, though, Miles, man. That you do. You keep in your. I've
just got my little.
Because you could go and live up there.
I've done all that, and that's great. But I'm just, I just like to keep shit tight these days with my mates. So that's all that matters to me.
He's going to give us a world exclusive now. He's joining Liam on tour for the Oasis tour.
Would you fancy doing that?
Of course I would. Yeah.
He's going to give you a call.
Well,
when he sees this.
Liam,
give him a call. To come on the tour.
Let's get down.
Yeah, that'd be boss.
That is going to be some serious...
And you've got Ashcroft doing it.
Yeah, I see.
That's exactly what you want, man. I'm buzzing for it.
Yeah, it's going to be. But are you going to go?
Yeah, definitely.
And you're taking me and Anna. You shouldn't. Miles, you are blinding.
Yeah, he's one of us, isn't it?
Yeah. He's proper.
Yeah. How did you meet Liam in the first place?
How did I meet him? I think I was got asked to support him. I'd met him at some awards back in the day as a kid, and then did a few gigs. Then when I moved, it was when I moved down to London, we started hanging out for a bit around that time. So I was young. Can't remember. I was early 20s.
You've known him a long time.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to him for a while now.
You must have reminded him of himself. Coming down from up north. And...
Yeah, I think because it had this tune called Come Closer, and I remember him saying that he loved that tune, and he got us some gigs when he was in that BDI at the time. I did some gigs with them, and so I guess he can see that. And it's anyone can see that he's had an influence on me in my style, or how you learn to sing, your style at times and stuff. He's had a big influence. We both have. Noel sang on my first solo album.
Really?
My fantasy.
So
he's sung on your first. So how many people can say that?
I know.
Noel Gallagher's sung on my first.
Yeah, I forgot about it until the other day. But
that's amazing.
It's like just full respect for them lads.
Your mum and dad must be so proud. Did they ever say to you what are you doing music for? Why do you come in the Caff from work?
Well, at the start and all that, and after I did didn't. My GCSEs, I think I got 3 C's, blagged in a year of sixth form, to stay on.
Yeah.
And after a year, I wasn't having it, and I got to join that Little Flame, start playing with them, and I wanted to leave school. My mum was like, because it's alien, there was no, obviously R. James not starting doing the choral thing, but to sort of not do the norm or not do a normal job
get a
or
normal
get,
job,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? It was,
Yeah, of course.
my mum, so there was a bit of resistance there for a bit, but she always says, you were determined, and she's like, I really respect you for doing that.
Did they
do you
try
know
and
what I
put
mean?
you off it a little bit?
I wouldn't say that. There was probably just a bit, maybe more hesitation, or just a bit of that unknown shit. You know what it's
worry
like?
about you.
They worry.
That's
It's
it.
only from a
That's what
place
it
of
is.
love.
It's
You know
what
what I
they
mean?
worry
But-
about.
Well, for every musician like you that makes it, there must be like thousand that
footballers, it's
don't
like-
make it or something. Do you know what I mean? That
Yeah, exactly.
That don't
but
get
you
to
just
make a
gotta-
living
and
out of it, sort of thing.
I'm even like that now. It's just, you know, whatever you do, it's on me. And if it all ends tomorrow, at least you can. You just got to
Done
stay
it.
true. Well, you know, you just whatever you're making at this time, you just got to put it all in, and I'll hold my hands up if it flops, an album or
flop.
whatever. You
Of
know
course
what
it
I mean?
won't.
Were they like a bit your heroes, Liam and Noel? When
100%. Yeah,
so
yeah.
to play with them.
How did that
Yeah,
feel?
I had
that
that
must-
VHS there and then. You know, again when I was about 8, 10, I remember getting that for Christmas, and I was obsessed with it. You know,
And
absolutely
what was it
so.
like to play with them?
It's amazing. Yeah, you know, it's mad. It's like that, you know, because you're meeting them and you're hanging out, and you're sort of like. It's weird how that, but they're just so sound and normal. That sort of fantasy or the build-up just goes pretty quick. You know what I mean? Obviously, you're a bit nervous at first.
You think he's going to be throwing tellies out the window and shit like that?
But you know, yeah.
That is,
Amazing.
no, that is so.
Imagine your mum seeing that as well, your parents seeing
That's
that.
what
Do you know what I
They've
mean? It must
been
have
to
been.
gigs and all that. I think we
Yeah.
were doing one with them at the, what was it? Fucking Royal Albert Hall. And we were all in that
wow.
Gore hotel after my mum. You know, my mum was like, it's like bloody den of iniquity in there. You know? I was like, what's that? I think everyone was just off their heads and we were all in the hotel, but it was boss. But my mum's great at that. You know, she's seen it all with me. I don't, you know, she's, even if you're having a bit of a zone, she can be around it. You know?
Yeah,
Do they still come to a lot of your gigs and stuff like that, Miles, or do they pick and choose? Like we're
Probably
only
less
coming
so
to-
much now, do you know what I mean? But they definitely used to sort of, my mum and that, I'm sort of, would sort of travel a bit, but not so much now, to be honest. But I'm in Liverpool and stuff, or up north. Actually, my mum comes to the Sheffield one this summer with my auntie, so, you know. Yeah,
Is that the best home? Is that the best crowd when you go back to Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool,
Yeah.
Liverpool, Manchester, Sheffield.
Have you ever
it's
played
all-
the Cavern?
Have I done the Cavern? Because it's not the original Cavern
Yeah, it's
now, is it?
different,
It's
isn't it?
different.
Yeah.
I think I have done it. I think I've done the acoustic thing there. Can't fucking remember, you know.
You can't remember that one, but was there one? Is there any one gig or whatever? It's like, that was just the best, the pinnacle so far, or not?
I'm like that after every night.
Yeah, you're buzzing after everyone, I should
Buzzing
imagine,
after
but there's not-
everyone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wherever you played. I remember my first gig was in Hannah's Bar, this little pub in Liverpool. Yeah. And, you know, fucking whatever, a few people, no one in there. Upstairs, there was a little gig room. And I remember even that, I was like, in my head, I was walking on stage to Wembley. You know what I mean? Going through the people. There's no dressing room. There's people, 5 people in there. But I'm still like that today. You know, I just, wherever I get a buzz, if I play in the pub or wherever, a big gig, I'm not arsed. You know what I mean?
It's in the.
It's just in me. I like it. You know what I mean?
Stuff like, and the Scousers in general, you got had some famous bands from Liverpool, like the most famous band. Liverpool. And even I was just listening to the other day the football song that they make up. Have you heard the new one? They sing about Luis Diaz.
Oh no, but I think you
His
sang
name-
this to
yeah,
me the
it's
other day
blinding
when I
it.
was halfway through me panini.
Sorry, and it goes to the tune of
You sang it to him.
Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao,
Yeah,
Bella.
yeah.
But
Oh, no,
his
no,
name
no.
is Lucho. He comes from Porto.
He's gonna sing it again.
They've just got it in them, the Liverpool. So I
Yeah.
don't know. It's like a bit like the Irish.
Oh, Jesus, really? For
I've
fuck's
got that,
sake.
no, but there's that musical thing in them, and you find a lot of good bands and that come from Liverpool. Or a lot,
Of course, no. It's just in you, isn't it? And there is a certain sound to it. All the bands, I think. You know what I mean? So it's like bands like Echo and the Bunnymen and stuff like that. There's definitely that Merseybeat sound.
Yeah.
In a lot of us.
OMD.
Boss.
Used to love
Yeah,
OMD.
she
That was
got-
the first concert I ever
Ian
went
Brody,
to.
Lightning Seeds,
Yeah,
all
ever
that
country.
gear. Do you know what I
They
mean?
were from the Whittle.
Anna used to
Yeah.
make me listen to all these bands when I was little. I was a bit more into Bros and all that when I was little. So she's my big sister, and I was still younger. And she go, "Hey," and she had all her collection, like all that Echo and the Bunnymen and the Railway Children and OMD. I really love OMD.
Boss, I love all that gear.
Yeah, like and Anna would make me listen to all them,
And then R&B, everything, a little bit of everything. You sang in Italian recently, Miles, didn't you?
yeah.
I did with Jack Savaretti.
Yeah.
We wrote this tune for
He's
his
a-
album. So and it was great. We did this tune called Bada Bing, Bada Boom. and he did this whole album in Italian.
Yeah.
And it's about him, you know. And then I wrote a couple of tunes. One of them got used for it and become a single. And we did Graham Norton a couple of weeks ago, and it was good.
How did you get mates with him?
I met him at it was in a Wood show, and we had the same press. We've got the same press PR, yeah. And we, you know, I was going on my own. So, oh, no, you come on your own, and he Jack's on his own. I never met him, and she was, you two really get on anyway. Me and him just fucking hitting off straight away. Fucked off. We were like, should we fuck this off? And we just fucked it off and went and had a big old night, me and him, and we haven't looked back, really.
But you've got a bit of a love affair with Italy and Italian style and culture and all of that. And
you know what? I was just thinking about, I think, my mum as well, going back to being a kid, there was always a picture of Al Pacino on the fridge.
Picture of me, you know what I mean? A picture of me.
And that's something that's like, oh, and that's, I love Pacino and all that, and that, you know, that style, that look of a man is something that, I think it stems from, there was a newspaper cutting from the Echo of Pacino on the fridge, and I think that's what started it all off.
Was any of it to get, did you think, like for the girls, obviously, when you're younger, you want to dress smart, like a chap.
Yeah, but I was just into me clobber, even when I had, you know, getting me first all black Lacoste trackie, I thought, I'm having it here, do you know what I mean? And it makes you, does give you confidence.
Yeah,
clobber.
of course it does.
100%.
Well, I used to like my clobber. I used to. I was laughing because the other day I've got like 2 wardrobes. One at my mum's house, all my old clothes that I've left there, and one where I am now. And the other day I found an old Y3 tracksuit. Yeah, it was like at the time it was proper, about 30 years ago or so.
Have you still got it?
Yeah, I've still got it. So I had it on for work the other day. I needed a little jacket because it was cold, and I put it on.
Oh,
and I'm wearing it here. And a couple of the young lads who come in,
that'll be boss.
They went,
it's nice.
God,
have you got the whole thing?
Yeah, I've got the whole thing.
If you don't want it, send it, man.
Well, they went to me, Nev, I love your tracksuit. I went, yeah. They said it's like retro. I said it weren't fucking retro when I bought it, mate. It was brand new. It probably is.
Is there anyone who's your style inspiration now, Miles, or
apart from me and Nana?
Right now, I don't know. It's all those little bits. Yes, the films in it. You know, looking at the Beatles, the Oasis, T-Rex, Pacino, De Niro. Paul O'Grady. I take little bit wrestling, boxing. I get inspired by all little bits and bobs.
Because you said your dad was very smart.
He was smart. Yeah, he'd always have a suit on and all that. And even to this day, you know, he'll go to Tesco's in a suit. Like he likes a shirt or a shirt and a tie.
And you, like, you're influenced by people. You influence a lot of people. Like, you must see it. I've seen people trying to look like you walking down the street. Well, I've even seen our producer, George.
Your man here, he said to me,
show him the picture,
George. You know you're dying.
He went to a wedding dressed as Miles Kane, he reckons.
How long ago was that? We're talking 10 years. Is it?
12 years ago.
12, yeah. I think that was around Don't Forget Who You Are, my second album.
I wore this suit. Let me show you it. This.
Can you do on this podcast? Can you do that and then do the picture of me?
See it. So we'll do the double whammy.
And then put me on it.
Like the Gucci's on. Of course, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Yo, it's a boss version of me. That.
Well, it literally was a boss version. It was Mothbroth. Like, version.
I respect though, brother. I love that shit, man. I love that's what it's about, innit, though, mate. You know, that's what I mean. You know, just it's all getting passed down, and you know that just. Whatever
you did a little number with a Polici. You did a little Polici shirt.
I've been with smashing your t-shirt.
Oh yeah, do you remember?
I got my mate found your old tea towel.
Yeah, you did.
I've got new ones now.
And I got him to make me a shirt.
I saw you wearing it.
Yeah, I've got it.
I saw you wearing it out. Because I was in Ottolenghi.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, no, I was just out and I was like, get on that.
Nice young lady with you. We won't mention who it was. No, and I said to the missus, that's Miles. And she's like, who's Miles? I was like, that's Miles. He's wearing my shirt.
It's like that design, isn't it? But anyway, yeah.
Do you reckon we could do a Miles Kane Polici range?
Yeah.
That would be good. You could do the shirt, like little Cuban shirt.
Well, we like, Anna does likes all that.
I love all you.
Nicola,
it's
my
great,
wife
all your
do that,
designs. I
Miles.
liked your new one you got. Is it the off-white with the beige brown?
Yeah. It was all the Art Deco kind of,
cool, mate. Yeah, we can have a little chat about that, do a little MK special.
You've just done some stuff, haven't you? You've done quite a few collaborations. You've done a football-style collaboration,
I've done that.
Fred Perry, you've done?
I've done a Fred Perry one and did something else. But I love doing that because I'm really hands-on with that. And a load of clothes that I just make for me. Well, I don't make it, but I'll design it for myself. Yeah. You know, that's just
the
a
people
hobby.
come to you.
the things that I have done, people have come to us, yeah.
Yeah. And do you ever get like designers phoning you up and say, or getting in touch with your people saying, I've got this for Miles, I think he'd look great in it, or...
Not so much that. If it was on a collaboration thing, yeah. But I don't have I've never had a stylist. I know what I want.
So could you see yourself getting into that? Maybe as a little sideline?
Yeah, I sort of do for myself anyway. And like, I enjoy anything I have done like that with a say sort of in that world. I love it, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Does Shiv ever say to you, Miles, don't wear that? Or Miles,
I've had, if you look past, I've had every phase you can have, mate. But it's right at the time. I just have to go with what I'm feeling.
Yeah, what you think.
I've had jumpsuits, you know, cat
I've
suits.
seen you. I remember you coming. You
did a lot, mate. You know what I mean? So you just have to just whatever I'm feeling, I'll do it.
Miles, we've started doing a new little thing now. We're coming to the end now. So we've started
last
doing...
question we've got to ask
Go
him.
on.
Well, not the last question. First we've got to do our competition.
No, first we've got to ask him our last question.
Oh, should we ask
Go
him the
on,
last
then.
question first? Last question is, if there's anything you could put on the menu...
Like home comfort.
Home comfort, what we don't do...
What
Do
would
you do a penny arrabbiata?
For
Yeah.
you, we do.
You
Yeah,
don't
we
do that.
do.
What do
We
you
do that.
Yeah, but what was you? Do you mean?
Something that reminds, something that like reminds
You
you
can
of
choose
home or
anything.
something.
Do
You
Do
know,
you
think you
cottage
want-
pie?
Yeah,
Oh, no, do you know
Do
what?
you do cottage pie?
Yeah.
If you don't on the menu, he'll make you one.
I'll make you one.
Seriously.
I'll make it. I'll make you one.
That's
No,
what I've got to do.
that reminds me of
Make
my
them up.
mum. My mum. That
There you
reminds me
go.
of my
I
mum.
love
Cottage
not a
pie.
shepherd's pie.
No, cottage
pie,
beef.
yeah, with beef,
cottage
yeah,
beef.
no lamb.
And I'll make a lovely cottage pie. When I
He
do
really
it, I'll
does.
make it
I like
for
the
all of us
cottage
something.
better,
I'll do as well.
to be
Beef's
fair.
a bit too oily.
Lamb.
Lamb, sorry, it's too oily. The beef I
with
love.
him today.
I'll
Calling
start
no
stuff. I love
lamb,
Miles,
no
you know,
lamb,
mate.
beef,
He's
beef,
very
lamb.
honest, but I love Miles. Miles, you've lived in East London. You're all like we've adopted you because I say that if people come and they love the area, don't matter where you're from. If you love a bit like the East End, which you do, then you're like a Cockney. We'll teach you how to say bagel instead of bagel. We're going to teach you a few, but
But you still, obviously, you grew up in Liverpool. So this, we've got a little
so
test for you.
Yeah.
We
Pie-
want to know. Go
Do you
on.
like pie, mash and liquor?
Or Scouse stew.
Scouse stew.
West Ham?
This is an interesting one. Or Everton.
Everton.
Oh, can you say that, Reg? Can you say
For
it?
Leighton.
Yeah.
Bethnal Green?
Or Birkenhead.
I mean, I can't. I'm sticking to me roots.
Yeah, you got
son. I think mine are all going to be one answer here.
Yeah, yeah.
Chaz and Dave?
Or the Beatles.
Fuck off.
Mickey Flanagan?
Or John Bishop.
Oh, do you like Mickey Flanagan?
Yeah.
But Bishop's boss. I'm
Yeah.
having Bishop.
Michael Kane?
Or Stephen Graham.
Oh, Graham all day.
I don't know what he's talking about, this fella.
Graham's boss.
EastEnders?
Brookside.
Brookie?
Yeah, Anna
I
loves
was
even
addicted
Anna's goes to
I used
Brookie.
to be a Tinhead,
Brookie.
Jimmy Corkill.
Jimmy Corkill, God
Do you know
rest
when
his
I stopped
soul.
watching it? When they turned Jimmy into a crackhead, because Jimmy would never have been a crackhead.
Jimmy
He was naughty. I love Jimmy, but he would never have been a crackhead. Poor son.
Yeah, I love
I'm
Brookie.
having that.
I love that, yeah.
The Thames.
For the Mersey.
Ferry across the Mersey.
Mersey. Cockney rhyming slang.
Or the Scouse accents.
Scouse.
Oh, this is a little
Oh, Palichis.
bit. Or Maggie Mays.
The Scouts in Maggie Mays, though. I haven't had your Scouts,
Yeah, well, you're not going to have none of my fucking scouts. No, pal. You don't like
so... Well,
mushrooms.
fuck you then, Maggie
And the last one, go on.
Oh, Lampard.
Or Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, Stevie. But you know what? But Frankie comes in a few, and I've got to say, he's a gentleman,
Yeah.
and he's a good boy.
But can you say one last thing for me, one last time? Say Adriano Celentano.
Adriano
Celentano!
Oh, thank you, Miles.
Thank you, Miles.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you,
Nice
Miles.
one,
That's
love you.
Oh,
wicked.
Miles, thank you, man.
This is our good mate, Miles Kane. Miles, thank you so much for coming
so
down.
much, Miles.
And you're
Thanks for
going to
having
treat
me.
us now. What are you playing?
I'm going to play an old song called Don't Forget Who You Are.
Blind.
Felt fitting.
Blind.
Lovely.
The finest clothes that you can find, dressed in my coat. Well, I'm feeling fine. I wanna shine. I'll shine so hard, I'll stand apart. these foolish ways. I know my place. My time is now. My time is now. Although we're tongue-tied and breathless, we won't let our worries dictate. So let's throw out the old doubt. We won't let our worries dictate who we are. Yeah. Ooh, la la la, la 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 la. Don't forget who you are. Don't build me up, make up your mind. Now keep the faith, 'cause I'm keeping the faith. And I like your style, you make me smile. Although we're tongue-tied, breathless, we won't let our worries dictate who we are. So let's throw out the old doubt. We won't let our worries dictate who we are. La la la, la 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 la. Don't forget who you are. Darling, close your eyes and wish for more. Away in our dreams till we're ready for more. When we're tongue-tied and breathless, we won't let our worries dictate who we are. You can do the la-la-las if you want. Oh, let's throw out the old doubt. We won't let our worries dictate who we are. On this one, here we go, here we go. La-la-la, la-la-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la-la-la, easy. Don't forget who you are. La la la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Don't forget who you are. La la la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Don't forget who you. Last one. La la la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Fantastic, thanks, Miles.
Brilliant, Miles.
Was that all right that you lifted it up a bit? Yeah. Can you do that on the sound thing? All right, mate.
That was
Cool.
wicked.
Miles,
Thank you,
I'm
Miles.
going to play that to the girls. That was blinding, man.
Cheers,
Thank you,
Gorge.
Miles, thank you. Miles, let me run and grab you some merch. I'll be 2 seconds.
Then you can
Yeah,
choose
do you want to choose what you want? Cool. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed that little clip, then make sure that whatever platform you watch it on, subscribe, follow us.
And make sure that you follow @Dan the Caff on Instagram and all your socials. Spread the love.
Tag us, spread the love.